That's really not probably so. Or it's easy. It's one of the weird things.
I like it. Thank you. I'd rather move on. And it doesn't matter. Well, they turned off for that. Charlotte, my lunch was one of the Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. One day was at one end, one. Right away. Oh, it's like, yeah.
Every time you product. Every time I'm reaching or time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I need to. Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Did you manage to get up into that?
I did, and I managed to get out of it too, but you missed.
No,
That Princess School. It'll be. 3 minutes to square.
No.
Calling meeting to order, please rise and join me in the pledge of allegiance. The pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Right. Approval of treasury warrants, payroll warrant for August 19th, 2022. August 26th, 2022, and September 2nd, 2022. Open for a motion. Motion made. Oh, and actually, if people could read the full motion instead of a request last time.
Make a motion to approve the payroll warrants for August 19th, August 26th, and September 22nd, 2022.
Second.
Then moved and seconded. Any questions, discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Accounts payable warrants for August 23rd, 2022, August 30th, 2022, and September 6th, 2022. Open for motion.
Make a motion to approve the account payable warrants of August 23rd. August 30th. And September 6th, 2022.
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, calling for a vote, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. All right, down to number 3, approval of the minutes for August 16th, 2022.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for August 16th, 2022.
Second.
Moved and seconded, questions? Do we need to add in the handwritten BYOB or is it?
Keep it better. Better, better. I will check that.
Yeah.
Needs to be as amended. What the minutes as amended.
Okay. Any other questions, edits? Okay. Seeing none, calling for a vote as amended, all those in favor? 5-0.
Who made the motion?
Okay. All right, I don't think we have any special presentations or awards. Committee appointments, we have 3 for the appeals board, which we can take all together. Let's do, make a motion.
I move that we reappoint David Sutter, appoint Curtis Bigelow, and reappoint Susan Van Alstenoy to the appeals board.
Sorry.
Moved and seconded, any questions? Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Budget committee, 1 for the budget committee, open for a motion.
I move to appoint Marty Fox to the budget committee.
Moved and seconded. Questions, discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Okay. Now, number 6, public hearing, liquor license application for Edward Colburn doing business at Water Street Kitchen and Bar located at 15 Water Street, Newcastle. I need a motion to enter into a public hearing.
Make a motion to enter in the public hearing for the application, liquor license application of Edward Coleman.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor? We are open for public hearing at 6:04. Would anyone like to speak to the application?
I think it's a good idea. Move to close.
Going once,
Second.
going twice. All right, move to, go ahead.
Move to close to hear close the hearing.
Second.
All those in favor? 5-0, we are closed to the public hearing at 6:05. We're waiting for our motion on the application.
Move to approve the liquor license application for Edward Coburn, doing business at Water Street Kitchen and Bar.
Second.
And moved and seconded, any questions or discussion? All those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. All right, open for public comment on anyone who has something that is a non-agenda item.
That's not working there. So.
Do I need it to work or you?
Hmm.
That's fine.
Back on August 8th, I contacted Public Works regarding the clippings in the street having not been picked up. Never heard anything back, ended up contacting them again, emailing all of you. Terry was the only one who got back to me. Still nothing's been done. Now, the leaves are all over the street now, so it's a matter of the leaves on top of the clippings, on top of everything. And honestly, I'm gonna have trouble mowing my lawn because I have to take my fence up to mow my lawn. And I usually put it on the curb where there's now clippings and everything that are receding and growing, so it kind of defeats the purpose. In my practice, you do look for the job. You don't just trim everything and leave. It's like a little kid not picking up their toys. So you go in, you trim, come back, you sweep it up. And it's not just my street, it's all of that whole circle on that side of Route 1 that nothing's been addressed. So we would really like it cleaned up before the snow comes. I had this issue again back in 2020, August 25th. I contacted Ted, he got back to me right away. Great. I can't even recall if it was done, but it apparently is an ongoing issue over on our side that we don't get a lot done. We got holes in the street, we got divots everywhere, we got sewers backed up like crazy because nothing's getting cleaned up, so. That's my beef today, so. Hopefully, I can mow my lawn. So, thanks.
Ted, do we have the street sweeper back yet?
Not yet.
And we just flushed all the drains and everything just recently,
We've
right?
done all calculations on that stuff, but
And we don't have the street sweeper, it's been out of service for a while, it's back.
Can we then just not do it, because I can do it on my own and clean up my own stuff? Which is, I would rather do than clean up somebody else's mess. I'm not anybody's mother, no, so I don't want to clean up anybody else's mess.
Ed,
Well, as we all know now, senior citizens can apply by December 1st to have their taxes frozen. And my concern is, how does this work relative to the tax commitment you are going to go commit to in a couple of days? How do you consider the fact that some unknown number of seniors will have their taxes frozen based on what the numbers were in April of last year?
Doesn't apply until April of next year,
It's April of next year.
April of 23. They apply by December of April of 23, so it'll be on next year's tax, not this year's.
Oh, I thought the law said based on taxes of April 2022. I'll have to go back and, okay, thank you.
Anyone else? I don't have any department head or committee chair, unfinished business. According to the committee recommended changes to the town ordinance, Article 9, Section 7, which is improvements to town property. Everybody have this in front of them? So correct me if I'm wrong, Jackie, but you're looking for some direction on moving forward with both that one and.
Right. Yeah, no objection. Both of them. We'll send it to the planning board for, public hearing.
So on Article 9, Section 7, are there any questions in terms of the materials we have? And then moving forward with the public hearing. There,
I'm sorry, the 9A refers to.
the agenda item.
I'm sorry,
9/7.
This,
okay, 9/7, and then at the end of that line is 9A.
that's the agenda item.
That's the agenda item.
Yeah,
Article 9/7. It's just.
Yeah.
Terry, you're gonna see this email again later in the meeting
Okay,
or something.
Thank you. all right.
so any questions or concerns before they move ahead?
I just wonder if this was what was intended by this. It's pretty broad. I was under the impression that we're looking for something a little more specific. But they can move ahead with this, I suppose we could draft a policy later. You know, because the concern that we heard was, well, we don't want memorials for somebody that was part of Wisconsin. That's not really, those specific concerns aren't really, it's very broad, so.
Well, no matter which way you go, there could have to be this, like, decision, because you just can't. We just can't imagine all the time with more, something might want to put up for whatever reason. Yeah, it seems to me this is the best place in your town land, town property. It just seems to fit in that section better than in the sidewalk.
Oh, no, I agree. I think this is the proper place to address the issue. But I suppose if it's adopted, the selectmen could adopt a policy on what types of memorials they want to do somewhere down the road.
Exactly, this it is broad, and I think it needs to be broad. So that we can handle details as they arrive. I don't think we can get much more specific than this, we wouldn't want to. Because all of this is gonna be on a case-by-case basis, right?
I would do so.
Yeah, as it is now, and I would just assume to go to public hearing and hear from the public if somebody wants to come. talk about it. Oh,
Sure, okay. Yeah,
so that's what we're recommending
We need a-
tonight, either it's
a
move
public
forward or
hearing.
not,
we want
in
to cover
terms
this.
of planning.
Okay.
No problem. Someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to recommend changes to the town ordinance, Article 9, Section 7.
We add planning board.
Just under that.
Yeah, can you add to that, sending it to a public hearing? With the planning board? No, I'm saying to his motion. To say that's
automatically.
okay. All right. So moved.
Second.
Any further questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? 5-0. All right, new business, bid opening, ancient cemetery entrance.
We received two. The one is from Great Works Landscape in Dresden. And the total bid is $58,708. Yes. Bear with me. The second bid is from Ursula Concepts from Waldeboro. And they bid $75,130.
That's three numbers. 75,000 what?
930. And I would note that both of these are over the amount appropriated for this. There was 50,000. And remember that money had to come from a lost sales account because this didn't qualify for cemetery funds. So I don't know where we would come up with the other $8,000.
For the board.
I think it's done. It's been a long time in coming. So. From the sale of lots, there's more available, we can use more money from that.
It would take a town vote.
What's the timeline on the fence at this point?
I haven't gotten one. I've asked them a couple of times to provide me with an update, and I haven't. They just haven't. Materials are still in problems.
So would it make sense to go back out to bid later?
It won't be any cheaper. I just can't foresee it being any cheaper. Nothing's getting cheaper, it's getting more expensive. And the only other option off the top of my head would be to take the additional $8,700 out of the contingency account.
Wouldn't that be the appropriate thing to do?
That's about it. Other than going back out for a town vote.
Yeah, which is, yeah, it is. So, do we need a motion to do that? So move. Okay. I move to take $8,700, is that correct?
$8,708.
$8,708 out of the contingency fund to add to the funds for paying for the ancient cemetery entrance.
So are we gonna have this in our equations and what? We have no sense on timing for and
Don't break the moment.
would have been.
It probably makes sense to hold off on this until we do know what the fence is gonna be.
Because we don't, let's do the entrance.
We don't have a price on the fence.
Yeah, we got a price on the fence, we'll just wait for the materials. Oh, okay, good job. It's like everything else is back on.
Okay, there's a motion on the table, so does anybody want to second that motion? Can we continue discussion?
Okay, let's get it done.
Awkward motion.
Yes, it is. It was poorly phrased. Would you like to phrase that for me, Mr.
Well, we
Baxter?
want to authorize the town manager to review them and select the lowest qualifying bid with the writer.
I was gonna bring up their discussion, does it meet the qualifications we're looking for? Is that big?
No, we have to go through it, so.
Because there might be some regulations there, they're
Very well.
Peter, would you comment?
Sure. These are two separate projects that can be built separately. There's no order for them. You can build the entrance without the fence. The fence has already been bid. We have a number. They're expected materials in this month. Whether or not that happens, I don't know, but the fence will probably happen before this happens, even if you accept this bid today. The contractors probably can't do this work until next year anyway, because we're so busy. But there are two separate projects. One can happen before the other. So don't let that play into your decision. As far as that. And number wise, yeah, I'll let you guys do those.
All right, so are you taking back your motion?
You want me to?
throw your motion and I'll make a motion.
I'll withdraw.
That motion has been withdrawn.
And I'll move to authorize the town manager, public works director to review and award the bid to the lowest qualified bidder with additional money being brought from the select board contingent fund. To pay for it.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion or question? This is a dumb question, but this would come from this year's contingency.
Well, you haven't done carryovers, but yes, because there's nothing like it, so it doesn't matter.
That.
Yeah, it's just-
Any other questions or discussion? Okay, seeing none, calling for a vote, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. See if we can get that down. All right, down to 10B, request to allow the Virginia to winter at the recreational pier.
I move that we allow the Virginians to winter at the recreational pier.
Second.
Moved and seconded, any questions or discussion?
This is a fantastic thing that Dick Forrest has reeled in for us. This is just super.
All right, for a vote, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Alcohol policy update.
Yeah, so remember you asked me to adjust this for no BYOB, which I did, but in looking at it, I just decided that perhaps we need to strengthen it a little further than what we did, so I just recommended some language that I talked with other towns that allow these type of things, include in their policies.
Any questions?
It's very fully stated. It could be done in the strict town when it comes out. No,
Also, Tiffany, you see?
Welcome for a moment.
I move that we accept the proposed property facility use policy. Do I need to say for alcohol? It's just the use policy.
As amended,
Mhm.
as amended.
As amended, thank you. I couldn't find the O's.
Second.
Any further discussion or questions?
Well done.
Yeah.
Alright, seeing none, all in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Right, 10D, set date and approve warrant for the special town meeting for the FY 22 budget overdraft. And the proposed date is September 20th, I assume at the beginning of our meeting.
Yes. I make a motion to set the September 20th, 2020 the special town meeting for the fiscal year 22 budget overdraft and approval warrant.
Second,
And that's a typo, that should be 2022. September
As
20th.
amended.
Oh, yeah. I missed that one.
All right. Any questions, discussion? Calling for a vote, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0.
This would be at the community center.
Right, 10E ordinance review committee recommended changes to town ordinance, article 2, section 2.2, building laws. So this is similar to the last one in terms of they're looking for recommendation to move forward to schedule a public hearing on the amendment. Any questions or? Otherwise, open for motion.
Move to accept the recommended changes to town ordinance article 2, section 2.2.
second,
Moved and seconded, questions?
this was your request, James?
Yeah, just extend the setback a little bit, so they extended an extra 5 foot. Not for historic, that's all excluded from the ordinance, so this would be commercial district. Along with one. So basically, it's like an extra 10 foot buffer between properties.
So nice to have an expert on board.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Surplus items, public departments, police departments, 2015 Ford Explorer, Public Works Departments, 2008 Ford F-550. Open for motion.
Make a motion to deem the 2015 Ford Explorer and the 2008 Ford F-550 as surplus and authorize the town manager to solicit bids for the sale of vehicles.
Second,
Any questions, discussion?
how much can we hope to get for that?
I think we're gonna set 5,000 on the cruiser and
it's 7,500 on the.
Okay, so it'll cover the 78. Hey, that we just took out of the contingency fund, right?
okay. Yeah,
Oh, it just seems really handy that we could come up with that money,
yeah, no.
thanks to Public Works and police department.
Any other
Right.
questions? Seeing none, calling for a vote, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Correspondence, Lincoln County Budget Advisory Committee conference for District 1. And Lincoln County allocation of ARPA funds. Do we need to do anything with either of those?
No. They just really would like members of the select board to be there for their caucus.
Bill's name is spelled wrong.
Oh, I did notice that earlier.
Any questions on either of those? Before we move on?
Who's going?
All 5 of you are going.
Got it. I'm on it. Looks exciting.
Town manager's report.
I really haven't anything to add over what I put in the written comments. Yes, actually, October 13th, There will be a hearing here at 1 o'clock for Taste of Orient's, liquor license denial.
Hmm. October 13th. Thank you.
It's gonna be a lot of public hearing.
Yes.
Repeat that, I wasn't paying attention.
Go ahead.
We'll have a talk after. October 13th at 1 p.m. Right here in the meeting room. Taste of Orient's liquor license denial. The state hearing. You're not required to be here, the chief and I can certainly represent the town, but it is a public hearing. So
Hmm.
Ed?
Is that what the appeal board? That hearing?
No, it's the state, right? We're not running it.
It's the state. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Other board business, before we go into executive session, Dusty, you had asked about pump out station.
Yes. The pump out station for the marina. Written out here on it. What I'm gonna try to refer to, apparently this has already been approved by a previous select board. It's for pumping sewage out of, boats. Which has been discussed a lot, and you know that, 'cause it's been discussed by the water committee. But there's been a question about where to place it, and I think we've got a good answer on that. And, we've got a grant helping to pay for it, and apparently there's an electrical line that needs to be run. And the cost of that would cover our part of the grant, the 10% that we're supposed to do. So, I was wondering if we could get you to get that ready for next meeting, whatever needs to be decided. Whatever left to be decided. I don't know.
The waterfront committee needs to just needs to decide where it needs to go. There's been some discussion about that because there is infrastructure in place, because there was a pump out there at one time. By the commercial pier. They want to put it over by, or some of them want to put it over by the recreational pier, which is, a much longer area and have to pump it out too. We went over to Blue Bay to look at, they had theirs on float. It's a hand self-service type of thing, which we just don't want to do that here. It wouldn't be practical. I just need to know what the waterfront committee needs to do. We can go out to bid on the pump, we can bid it done. It's not a big deal.
And we invite them in the next meeting to say what they want and make the decision.
There really isn't, the decision's already been made, the grant's been applied for, we have the money, we just need to do it.
I wonder how we
Yeah.
just do it part, because it sounds like this discussion's been going back and forth a lot.
So we
It's actually been going back and forth a lot. I just need to know where it's gonna go. We need the water order to stop. But it needs to be a practical place to put it, so one, it can get into this treatment plant and not be so far away that it just doesn't make it that far, and we have the infrastructure to actually make it work. We talked about putting it by the commercial pier by a float, just on itself, and there are people that don't like that idea. And, if you want to make a decision, the decision you can make is to say, this is where it's gonna go, and just get it done. But I would just prefer you allow us to move that along.
Can we ask them to give us a recommendation?
Yeah, let's hear your arguments and then let's decide it.
I'll try to speed that up. I'll try to speed that up with the committee.
I mean, they're meeting next Tuesday, right, Terry?
Yes, on the 13th.
I can send an email out tomorrow.
I mean, I don't know what the rush is, folks. The season's almost over for this year anyway, so. And the grant doesn't need to be spent until December of 2023. So I'd rather take the time to get it done right. Rush it through and.
Mhm. Yeah, we need to feel a little,
It's been going on for a long time.
yeah. Need to see movement on this project. That would be great. I'll help too. Okay. Here we go. Thank you. May I also say, Dusty, thank you, Dusty. Dennis. Thank you so much for for your help in all of the waterfront decision meetings. It's important that you went off with them on that with John. I heard back from some of the committee that they appreciate your attending that. So,
Well, let's get it done.
there you go.
Right, any other board business before we go into executive session?
Just one request. Could we request timely, department reports this month? There's one that keeps coming in late. Might help if that is more concise as well as a narrative, but I don't think we need this with them to update it. Yes.
All right, looking for a motion.
Into executive session pursuant to 1 MRSA section 456B.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor? Do we anticipate a vote?
Yes.
Yes, we do anticipate a vote.
Will there be a vote?
Yes, we anticipate one.
If I don't sit through it, will you,
I will let you know as soon as I.
thank you, sir.
We let me know.
Are you staying here or going on?
It depends.
Hmm.
I did. I wrote myself a note. Stuck here. So much help with you.
Yeah, we should anyway. Yeah.
Susan, what's up, Susan?
Hi there, sorry. So is it, are you gonna come back into, and I might have missed something. Are you coming back into open session and I should stay tuned or jump out and jump back in or something, or what should I do?
I'm gonna mute it and stop the video. If you wanna hang around, you can.
Sure. If that's not a problem for you, thank you.
Okay.